Hey, I'm Kev and welcome back to TT Isle of Man 2 Ride on the Edge. With the third game coming out very soon, I thought I'd head back to the second edition and relearn the TT course, because it's one of the longest circuits in the world. At 37.73 miles, 60.72 kilometers. It's quite a lot to, learn again. So, let's head into time attack, shall we? And see what we can do. As I can't remember what my record was as well. Let me see. So, leaderboards. So, I'm guessing someone didn't do it in 50 seconds. So, we're doing it on Superbike as well. So, this is like Tourist Trophy. So, we do the track records though, as in it's a bit glitched as the top 10. But our record is 6 minutes 18 on the Norton V4 from John McGuinness back in 2019. Now that record round here is 16:42 in real life by Peter Hitman back in 2018 on his BMW. That's an average speed of 135.4 miles per hour, or just under 218 kilometers per hour. So with modifications in this game though, that means the lap times are normally set, a bit quicker, like we've got the 6 minute 18, but as you can see that's barely top 1,000 lap times overall. So we'll see if we can get close on that. On another BMW, just on the 2017 BMW featuring a legendary name. So we are then in our helmet, looking around at the crowds before we start speeding up and go around this course. And I'm going to aim at under 20 minutes. I think will be my target. I won't be anywhere near that 6 minute 18 because we're going to try and do it without crashing as well, which is notoriously difficult in this game. So, should we get going? Of course, we're going to be learning the course, but I was going to be talking about the new game as well. Talk about what to expect from that, what we're going to do, and just how it's my most anticipated game of the year. The little racing game, that is. So first through grandstand, and then we start lifting slightly as we go through St Ninian's Crossroads, and then down the hill, and then up through Bray Hill towards Aggo's Leap. Now this part of the course I know pretty well. As you go through Courtbridge Road, on the left hand side, a break there. At that yellow gate, I braked at the first one. Excellent. And we build the speed up again before we head to first of many bridge roads around it. So the brake when the lines appear. Go through the left and right over Bradan Bridge. Straight smoothly on the exit. As we got around 220 turns. About it says 219 on Wikipedia, but officially it's meant to be like 264, I think it is. So I don't know what to believe. Because it depends what vehicle you're in. As you go through Union Mills. Watch for that rear, that decompression, you go down a little bit. Then through the gears, we're going very slow through this first section. Normally aim around minute 20. There's a little leap here, we've got to be careful with the bike. You go down the, I would not attempt to say that straight. Slightly lifting over these bumps. And then we've got the brake slightly. Let's go for the right. About a Gary corner, and then again a slight lift again off the front. This is what's so difficult around here as you go through Glenvine. There's all the bumps around it. This is what's takes so long to get used to around it, to be quick. I was looking at some of the records on the TT websites. Go through Crosby Crossroads. Again another here, decompression. Slightly in the air as well. Here towards the halfway house, which is not halfway. Totally lied to me, game. Totally lied to me, course. Right through the Highlander, and you've got to slow down a bit here as you go towards the first first timing point for us, that is. That's 2:39, so that's around 10 seconds slower than I was doing in practice. Yes, I have tried to do this before already, and it has not gone well. So the least amount of falls I've had is 7, so when getting under 5, I would be very happy with that this lap, as we go over another bridge and head towards the Hawthorne. Frightening corner. That first part on the pavement, I could get away with that. It's the second bar where it tightens up. And then the first real heavy braking zone, or second real heavy braking zone. So brake around the sign. Go through Ballacrane. And now we're getting into the where it gets a bit murky for me after this. Go through Ballasport. And then we've got kind of like quite a lot of blind corners coming up, quite a twisty section here. Let's go over another bridge. Trying not to turn in too early. This is where it gets a bit slower as well. Again, mainly the corners don't look that tight, but here you've got to brake very early because you can see the road kind of falls away there. And again, this corner as well, very tight, and then again over another bridge, over the Loyal Bank. And now a very tough section with lots of blind corners. We're taking it quite more fierce and speeds than I'm doing here. So remember, we're just trying to stay upright and be under 20 minutes, so we're not pushing too hard here, but that's how you won the TT races. And I remember in Korea I might have won basically all the TT races. I haven't done it on hardcore mode, I haven't completed the season on hardcore mode. I wanted to have that back as you go through Glen Heron, one of the most famous spots on this course. And oh, past Sarah's Cottage, almost into Sarah's Cottage. Just about get it up over the rear brake. And very important to use the rear brake in tandem with the front brake as well around it, but don't use it too much. Again, those bumps, you brake on a bump, you're locking the rear, you're folding over as you go through the Amfell. And a bit of a lift here over the another rise and down the Quantity Body Street. I don't know why he has to come with an accent. And a tighter corner again than expected through here. To go through Modernus, named after the sidecar racer who's won most sidecar events, I think, ahead of the Birchills, as we go for the 11th milestone. So far so good, but now we've got some more very fast corners there. It's not many of these low ones, are there? Just flow the bike through it. Now we've got the start of some left-handers. First up is McGuinness's, and after good Storm McGuinness. Great to see him back on the back racing around the TT again this year as well. It is fabled number 3 spot too. We've got another one through Bargarrow. Simply got one more as well. Here we go. The one that which tightens up the most on the exit as well. So the bump's trying to take us down. Look at that. That's what was the big fading of the hand in this game as well. So it just felt random sometimes falling because the bumps, you couldn't really feel them as you go through Westwood. Head towards Kurt Michael. So sometimes it just felt random, you like losing your bike. I'm hoping that is something that with much better handling model I expect from Race World Studios. Something that we actually get, because going back to rims as well, playing that, and handling models, very good. It is just devoid of content, unfortunately. The game, that tracks, that's bikes. All the customization that the game was built around was, worked well. It just wasn't enough to make you, stick around with the game, unfortunately. Got this left hand again, very close to all the houses. Just gonna cruise through here. There's a little another decompression there, which is very easy for you to kind of wheelie over. Let's go through Bishop's Court. Got lots of flowing 5th, 4th gear corners round here. Depending on how brave you're feeling. Let's go through Dub Cottage. So this is the corner we're looking at though, yeah, the Alpine Cottage. You can accelerate, and then we've got perhaps the most famous bridge of them all coming up. The one where we go for a little jump. There you go, nicely done past the pub. But yeah, that's the one thing that kind of held back these first games in particular, was the handling. So I'm very much looking forward to what Motion Studios can do. The rims makes me excited for that, especially in this view as well. Like, I've heard fantastic the camera views as well, and it's like the circuit, it's, you know, beautifully reproduced here as well by KT Racing. Like, something you could never accuse them of was producing the recreating the circuit for it, to go through the Quarry Bends before we head on to the Solby Straight here. Now we go into the time warp. Absolutely amazing sense of speed through here. Maybe too exaggerated, I can definitely feel that, definitely get that. But wonderful as we go for the right, and then we've got a very tight corner here. One of those heavy braking zones where we've got to get down the second gear as we go over the bridge. And then this section again is very blurry for me as we go through Ginger Hall. Because again, we've got loads of blind corners, lots of hedges around there. You can see the sun flickering through the trees as well, makes it very difficult to see. Really prefer like an overcast day here, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want the sun kind of peeking through here, kind of blinded you in spots. But this is your Be Brave corners. Really is, let's go through Glenduff. And kind of like halfway through the track now as well. This is... We're not falling up to this point, we're doing very well. Maybe a bit slow. No, over 10 minutes. We're going to be approaching, what, 19 minutes, I imagine, per lap. And this lap has that kind of very easy to catch you out as well. You know, you kind of catch the sighting of that very late as you go through Churchtown and, you know, the lead towards Parliament Square now. Kind of the centre hub here of the middle part of the lap. Yeah, as you can see with the trees, like, very difficult to pick out the turn-ins, and all of these corners kind of really tightening up on the exit as well, though you've got to be very careful through here. They go again, leading towards the square now. As you can see, lots of houses. You start seeing shops and everything. The bus lane as well showing up, and the bus stop to the right hand side. Let's go through Schoolhouse Corner now. Here we go, Parliament Square, where you see the big crowds, you know, apart from the grandstand out of the street. There's where all the locals are, and past the car dealerships. And this corner is incredibly difficult. Front really does get away from you. Again, just braking early. This is what you got to do around here. You got to just flow with the bends. You can't try and pinch that time like you can on like a normal circuit. As you go through Ramsey Hairpin, again, good corner for pictures. And the highest point of the circuit, I believe, at 40 miles per hour, I think. Unless I'm thinking of the bridge turn at the end of the lap, actually, that might be slower. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. Again, you can go quick through that section, and then it's this corner here which really, coming out the darkness into the light, through waterworks. And you've got these fast flowing bends again, 4th, 5th gear again, as you head back out into the countryside. Now, probably a beautiful part of the lap here. As we head out of the, again, another famous corner here, the gooseneck. The big old curve on the inside. Do not touch it though, that will instantly make you fall. But yeah, now it gets beautiful, this circuit. These country roads, incredibly fast, have to be pinpoint accurate. You might not look it, but again, with all the bumps and everything, you just got to, again, brake early as you go through Joey's named after. Guys, won the most TT wins round with 26 Joey Dunlop. As there you go, oh, almost onto the dirt. There we go again through Guthrie's Memorial, and again the bike over those bumps, understeering, pushing us towards the bank. Again, just holding on for dear life. And we're not done yet, we've got the mountain mile. Now we can accelerate a bit here, you can enjoy ourselves. And see, it gets dark here with the clouds, the shades. Once again, difficult to see where the bends are coming from. But again, just be brave. And I was talking earlier about how we're kind of relearning the track here, kind of building up our speed. And it's interesting, I was looking up the records. As I said, I had to look it up for, you know, Peter Hitman's that record as he goes around the mountain box here. And we start to see the beginning of all the bollards on the side of the road where us now as well to contend with. But yeah, it's seeing Peter Hitman's like that time in improvement. Like, he's got the rookie record as well around here. Go through George's Folly. Now we're heading towards the Black Car, and then we've got the Wellway crossing as well coming up. And these corners again, you don't expect how tight these are going to be. This corner here, like going through this right, you brake it heading into this left, and again, if you take it too much on the brakes, it's very bumpy through this left-hander. Front end's going. Then we've got this corner which is tighter than expected because it looks very inviting past the bungalow. There's the crossing. Again, do not get in the power too early. Otherwise you're spinning up, you're wheeling. But yeah, Peter Main holds the rookie record round here. Guess how quick that lap time is as you go through Elwood's Rise, named after Mike the Bike, and Elwood's Heights as well. Again, these corners very off camber, or very like just even as you go through Brandywell. And in this corner as well, in particular through Dukes. As they lead into Windy Corner and the final section of the lap. I'm amazed we're still upright, to be honest. As I told in practice, I was falling all over the place, but we're getting to the last part of that. Again, this is probably the section I most know apart, along with the last part of the lap, so getting into safer territory, I can push it slightly a bit more. But yeah, Peter Maid's lap time, so I told you his lap record, 16:42. His rookie record, lap time is a 17:32, 50 seconds slower. That tells you how much experience plays around there. How much you're learning every year. And the guy who's going to be contending for victories this year at the TT as well, Davey Todd, he's second on that list. So as you go through Keppelgate, another corner where you've got to brake deceivingly early for. And past another cottage. Past Kate's cottage this time. As you head towards probably the bumpiest corner of all of these on this track. This very tight right-hander. Well, I think this is the hotel on the outside, isn't it? Or the pub. One of the best places to stay at apparently at the TT. But yeah, don't be down the inside there, like very bumpy on the inside, and then on his exit, so we've got a blind corner coming up, an incredibly fast, like Massa Kink type of corner. But again, the bike very easy to get light over these, so again we've got to lift a bit. And then this corner, if you're already on it, you could probably take this in sixth, but we're not. Let's go through Brandish corner. And now the final couple of like sequences here of this lap. So we've been building up speed, now we turn it all the way down for Hillberry corner. And you've got some corners which are more like 4th or 3rd gear now through here, which is again very deceiving, because again they're not very fighting coming in, but you can see this really like doesn't just tighten up, it gets narrower through here. Let's go into Signpost corner. And then we got that again through here, saying, oh, it's no, we've done the tight bit. No, this is another tight corner through Bedstead. And then down here, you've got to be careful of the you've got to be careful of the curb on the right-hand side here. Like, just sticks out there through the nook. And now, I think we're heading over the bridge. Yeah, there is the barrier to the left-hand side through Governor's Bridge. Going to take a very wide turn through there. That's what we're going to do. Under 20 minutes was our target. There's now onto the final corner, effectively. Then onto the straight. And my God, as you go through Glencrutchery Road, so to say. Look at that, past the grandstand, 1920 with no falls. Oh my God. I didn't even spend a lot of time talking about TT Isle of Man 3, which I wanted to do on that lap. But we'll talk about it here as we kind of, I think maybe even do it again here. But as you can see, that's what, 3 minutes slower than my best lap time. But that's why I wanted to mention that rookie record. That shows you the experience. Like, when I set that lap time, I was in the middle of playing career mode, like playing this all the time. Now getting back to it, we're 3 minutes slower. Like I said, Hickman's improved by 50 seconds from his rookie record to the, at the moment, TT Isle of Man record that's set 5 years ago. I wonder if that'd be close this year. All depends on the conditions, how good they are. Need nice, or maybe not cool conditions, but maybe slightly warm conditions, like clear skies. Actually, no, maybe you want a bit of cloud cover, actually, to make sure the temperatures don't get too out of control. But it all depends on those conditions for what make the tyres work, and despite a very tragic TT Isle of Man last year, so unfortunately multiple fatalities, we're going to once again look forward to 2023 and what can happen in all these races. I have no idea on predictions, unfortunately, for real life. All I know is Peter Hickman is the man at the moment. We're in his reign of the circuit. We'd like Michael Donald to maybe get another TT win under the belt, though, close that gap to old Joey and to John McGuinness as well. Yeah, so we're going to see Hickman. What did he get last year? Did he get 3 or 4 last year? I could see him doing that again. Despite Dean Harrison being his closest challenger again, probably. And then we've got a return of, was it Johnson, who's first on the road as well. Kind of Cummins, you know, he got podium last year. They did the local. Always like to see him do well. As I said, Davey Todd as well, always getting better every year. Like, there's going to be quite a few contenders there for victories, but as I said, I think it's going to be another banner year for Peter Hickman. And a banner year for the TT as well, as we've got TT Isle of Man 3 coming out very shortly. And as I said, we've got a lot of relearning to do of this mammoth course. I think we've got the gearings down, it's just, you know, the confidence, like, let's say all these bumps, especially with this handling model, it's can appear a bit random sometimes falling. don't know if they noticed that when trying to brake hard sometimes, like I'm putting way too much rear brake. Because I'm braking like it's, you know, MotoGP basically, but can't do that in this. Isn't it? Look at that, we're barely keeping up with our goals. That's for the previous lap as well. There we go, get out of the way. But yeah, very much looking forward to TT Isle of Man. We're excited about the open world, exploring a little bit of the old TT Isle of Man as well, the old Isle of Man map. Not just the races, you know, learning a bit about the Isle of Man Valley as well. We might have some history lessons going on there as well. And it's not a one-to-one creation by no means as well, the developers said, but very much looking forward to just the open world aspect, which we had a bit with this game. We had like a Circuit of Ireland, you know, fictional island map, which was pretty cool, challenges and everything, which felt a bit bits disjointed compared to the normal career, which was like a calendar and flowed really well. I really like career in this. I wonder if the open world aspect will make the career flow just as well, if it's going to be a bit disjointed as well. Could be like an open world game maybe, because you're meant to like ride to your, you know, your different races. And I'm concerned about the circuits as well. Apparently we don't have the circuits like we have in this, which is like all fictional circuits apart from the TT Isle of Man course. Apparently we're going to have the TT Isle of Man course and then lots of Isle of Man maps. So I don't think they have the Southern 100 because that's with Milestone for Ride. We've got Ride 5 coming up this year, so we might see that again, which is a bit disappointing actually. I would have loved to see it all in one game. I would have loved to see more road racing in one game as well. I'd love to see, you know, the Ulster Grand Prix, the Northwest 200, but I can understand licensing wise. No, so this is just a TT Isle of Man game. I can imagine, you know, putting the Ulster Grand Prix in. Just think it was in Ride as well. Again, another license issue, and the Northwest 200, which again I think was in Ride as well actually, I think. On my head now. Like dumping those into a TT Isle of Man game, yeah, but I imagine they're not going to be that happy with it, but no, I would have loved that. I like the little kind of fake recreations out of those two circuits though in the previous TT Isle of Man games, and all the fake circuits, the Scottish ones and English and Welsh as well. We had the Welsh track around one of the docks as well, which is pretty fun, but yeah, apparently we don't have any of those, so that's going to be a shame. But excited to see what we are going to have though, and as I say, very excited about career and riding around, and definitely going to be showing you all of career. Hopefully there'll be a bit more of an online presence as well. That's always an issue with racing games, is the online presence. Or you have to build up these communities by yourself really, with friends or with other players, like we're seeing with, say, One More Blister 2 at the moment, and R Factor, and basically all the racing games, building up leagues or it's kind of licensed systems that they have in Sims as well. So like they've done for One More Blister 2 and R Factor and a set of course of Competizione and a set of course, so all these things. Yeah, interesting to see what online is going to be like for this. It's disappointing you can't just do free roam around the map. Apparently it's just going to be like races, it seems like, but yeah, we'll see how online goes though. Definitely something to check out in the first couple of weeks before it does probably die off. But yeah, I hope you enjoy coming back to TT Isle of Man though. Going back to the mountain course, and it's like we're doing well around here. Oh, there's that big bump around near your house. It's so interesting coming back to this as well. Like, I don't actually, you can see there's no markers, there's no distance markers. We're literally going off like, oh, there's that lamppost. Oh, there's that. There's that gate. Oh, there's that tree that sticks out there. Oh, I'm going to use that as a braking marker. It's so different mentality, or doing these games compared to, let's say MotoGP or other bike racing games, and I absolutely love it for it. Same for like Dakar compared to any other rally game. I love how it's just different to Dakar compared to WRC. Even though I love my rallying, still love the WRC. Just very different spheres of of rallying. That's what we have with this and Ride as they're coming back later in the year. We had it with Supercrosser in the year. And lots of other bike games I'm sure I'm going to show off as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed some TT racing, TT lapping. So I've gone on for long enough now. Are you guys looking forward to TT Isle of Man 3? Let me know down below. As all we are pushing it a bit through the bends now. And yeah, I cannot wait to get on to TT Isle of Man 3. So thanks for watching all, and I'll see you all next time. Whee!